today's topic for the day is your back of thigh. You are already done with front of thigh and then the gluteal region. So I will continue with the back of thigh. Hope I am audible to all of you. In case of any problem, please message me Gaurav or Shruti. Okay. So starting with back of thigh. So what is the extent of this back of thigh? So it extends from the lower limit of gluteal region to the back of knee. So gluteal region is above and back of the knee or the popliteal area is lying behind. And in between these we have the back of thigh. So you are very much familiar with this cut section. You have the midsection of thigh, cut section of your femur, and then you can see the anterior compartment or the extensor compartment, and then you can see the flexor compartment or the posterior compartment, and then we have the medial compartment. So we are done with the medial compartment, we are done with the anterior compartment. Now we will be dealing with the posterior compartment, that is the flexor compartment. Okay. So what are the content of this part, back of thigh? So we have the 4 hamstring muscles, short head of biceps femoris. Okay, so we have biceps femoris muscle, which has got hamstring part and non-hamstring part. That is the short head of biceps femoris. Then we have the sciatic nerve. We have the posterior femoral cutaneous nerve. We have the vascular anastomosis at the back of adductor magnus. So we will be dealing with these components individually. Okay. So the skin, starting with the cutaneous nerve supply of the posterior compartment, that is by the posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh, which is supplying the area starting from beneath the gluteal region. Okay, these are the buttocks, and before this posterior cutaneous nerve, which will run parallel to the sciatic nerve, it will go down up till the upper margin of the posterior part of your knee joint or till the upper part of popliteal fossa. Okay, so what are the muscles we are concerned with? These are your hamstring part of adductor magnus muscle. Then we have the semitendinosus muscle. We have the semimembranosus muscle. So these muscles would be on the medial aspect of the posterior part of leg. And then we have the biceps femoris muscle comprising your long head and the short head on the lateral aspect. Okay. So starting with the hamstring muscles, what are hamstring muscles? These are the muscles which share this common characteristics. Okay, it is very important. Please learn this thoroughly. These are asked in your Viva exams. These are asked in your written exams. Hamstrings are very, very, very important. Okay. So what are the common features? Commonly asked Viva question. So they are originating from the ischial tuberosity. Okay. I have shown you in my starting lecture, introduction to lower limb, all the landmarks. So I think you will be very much familiar with what is ischial tuberosity, where it lies. Okay. So all the muscles which are arising from the ischial tuberosity are your hamstring muscles. Okay. Then they are inserted on one of the leg bones, either on the tibia or from the fibula. Then they have a common nerve supply. Okay, that is, they are supplied by tibial part of your sciatic nerve. Sciatic nerve, it has got 2 components. One is tibial part and the another one is common peroneal part. So the hamstrings are supplied by tibial part of sciatic nerve, and they have got common action, that is your extension at hip joint and flexion at knee joint. So these are 4 common features which are being shared by all the hamstring muscles. Okay, originating from ischial tuberosity, inserting on one of the leg bones, that is on the tibia or on the fibula. Nerve supplied by tibial nerve. Okay, part of sciatic nerve. Then common action, extension at hip joint and flexion at knee joint. Okay. Then when we talk about hamstrings, so we have only two true hamstrings. Okay, that is semitendinosus and semimembranosus, because they follow 100% this criteria. The other two ones, that is long head of biceps and the adductor magnus, they are compromising on some or the other part. Okay, so if you talk about the two true hamstrings, so we have only two. Okay, that is your semitendinosus and semimembranosus. Okay, so why they are not true hamstrings? Let's discuss. The long head of biceps femoris and the ischial part of adductor magnus are known as modified hamstrings. Okay, so why they are modified? Long head of biceps femoris take its primitive origin from the ilium as well as from the sacrum. Okay, later it shifted to the ischial tuberosity. So earlier they were not originating from the your ischial tuberosity. The fibers were arising from the ilium and sacrum, and gradually and slowly they will shift to the ischial tuberosity, and the sacrotuberous ligament, which is attached at the ilium and the sacrum, is the morphological remnant of the fibers of long head of biceps femoris. ठीक है, so dissection जब आप देखोगे तो you would be able to identify the sacrotuberous ligament. So this sacrotuberous ligament is the primitive part of your fibers of long head of biceps femoris, which were originating from ilium and sacrum. ठीक है, so then coming to the adductor magnus, ischial part of adductor magnus is primitively inserted to medial condyle of tibia, which latter shifts to adductor tubercle. ठीक है, तो हमने क्या बोला था कि जो हैमस्ट्रिंग्स होते हैं वो अटैच होते हैं आपके टीबिया या फिबुला पे. ठीक है, तो क्या है कि it was earlier attached to medial condyle of tibia, but later on it is shifting to adductor tubercle. Okay, so here we have the tibial collateral ligament, which represents its divorced primitive insertion. So we will be dealing with tibial collateral ligament also, so which is attached on upper part of tibia. So long head of biceps में origin में there is a variation. That is, it was originating from ilium and sacrum and later on shifting to ischial tuberosity. ठीक है, leaving the sacrotuberous ligament as its morphological remnant. So in case of adductor magnus, there is variation with the insertion part. So presently it is inserted on the medial condyle of earlier it was inserted on the medial condyle of tibia, but for the time being, for now, it is attached on the adductor tubercle, leaving behind the tibial collateral ligament. ठीक है, origin and insertion. Okay. Then we have, starting with individual muscle, semitendinosus. Why do we call it semitendinosus? Because it looks like a cord. ठीक है, so it is a fleshy in upper part and form a cord-like tendon in the lower part. ठीक है, that is why half tendinosus looks like tendon. So half part of it looks like a tendon. That is why we are calling it as semitendinosus. So fleshy in upper part, tendinous in lower part, which rests on the semimembranosus. So नीचे एक muscle होगा, that is semimembranosus. Why we are calling it semimembranosus, that I will tell. So it is resting on the semimembranosus. ठीक है, so and this is criteria for its identification also. कि when you explore the posterior part of your thigh, the first muscle which you see on the medial aspect is the semitendinosus, which looks like a cord. ठीक है, and then beneath that would be your semimembranosus. They are arranged in a layer. ठीक है, then origin arises along the long head of biceps femoris from the lower and medial part of quadrilateral area over the ischial tuberosity. Obviously, ultimately आना कहाँ से है? Ischial tuberosity. insertion, it is very 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 important. Upper medial surface of tibia behind the sartorius and gracilis. ठीक है, कुछ याद आया होगा? When I was telling you about sartorius, I told you about gyro muscles. When I was telling you about gracilis, then I was telling you about gyro. ठीक है, so this is the third muscle in the gyro muscles. ठीक है, so let's see. So this is the posterior aspect. This is the cut section of your gluteus maximus. ठीक है, and these are the structure beneath the gluteus maximus. I think in the last lecture Salra ma'am has told you about all these structures. So now we are concerned with these muscles. ठीक है, so when you see, this is the semitendinosus muscle which is coming down. ठीक है, so semitendinosus, so if you see the lower part is tendon like. ठीक है, and then beneath that is your semimembranosus, and then we have on the lateral aspect we have got this muscle which is your biceps femoris muscle. ठीक है, so this is the long head of biceps femoris, and if you see they are originating from one common uh, uh, area, that is your ischial tuberosity. ठीक है, okay, and if you see on the hip bone we have got this ischial part, and here we have this big thing that is your ischial tuberosity, and from the inferior medial impression on the upper part of the ischial tuberosity, this whole thing is your ischial tuberosity. ठीक है, ये सिर्फ इतना ही पार्ट नहीं है, ये पूरा पार्ट है. तो inferior medial part जो है आपका ischial tuberosity का, that will give origin to the semitendinosus along with the biceps femoris. ठीक है, so when we see the insertion of this is your tibia. Okay, this is the posterior part of your knee joint. So this is the upper part of your tibia, and this is head of fibula. ठीक है, tibia fibula. तो upper middle part of your tibia, if you see, so first of all we had the inverted hockey stick type insertion of the sartorius muscle, then second muscle was your gracilis, and the third muscle was your semitendinosus. ठीक है, so they are arranged in they are inserted in this order only. First we have the sartorius, then we have the gracilis, and then we have the semitendinosus, and you will see, when you see the dissection, you will see that these are the muscles which are coming from three different compartments. Sartorius from anterior compartment, gracilis from the medial or the adductor compartment, and semitendinosus from the posterior compartment. ठीक है, so this is how they are arranged. ठीक है, so then we have the semimembranosus. So this was your semitendinosus, and beneath that we have got this semimembranosus muscle. So why we are calling it semimembranosus? It does not look like a membrane, but it is flattened muscle. ठीक है, so that is why we are calling it as membranosus muscle. ठीक है, so it is semimembranosus muscle. So it is arising from the superior lateral impression over the ischial tuberosity. ठीक है, so arises from upper and lateral part of quadrilateral area of ischial tuberosity. Insertion, if we say, horizontal groove on the posterior surface of medial condyle of tibia deep to the tibial collateral ligament. ठीक है, if you see over here, this is the your upper part of tibia, and you can see a groove over here, horizontal groove over here, where we have the insertion of this semimembranosus. ठीक है, then we have the tendinous expansion of the semimembranosus. We have got three expansions of the semimembranosus muscle. So one is your oblique popliteal ligament. ठीक है, oblique popliteal ligament. So what is it? It extends upward and laterally behind the fibrous capsule of knee and then attached to intercondylar line and adjacent condyle of lateral condyle of femur. ठीक है, तो it is nothing but oblique popliteal ligament. Obviously it will be running obliquely. ठीक है, so it will run upward and laterally behind the fibrous capsule. ठीक है, तो fibrous capsule will be enclosing the knee joint and is attached to intercondylar line. ठीक है, the intercondylar line is nothing but the area between the two condyles and adjacent lateral condyle of the femur. ठीक है, then we have few fibers extending downward and laterally through the fascia covering the popliteus to soleal line of tibia. Okay. If you see, here we have the, on the posterior surface of your tibia, we have got the soleal line where we have the attachment of soleus muscle. So it will run over it. ठीक है, तो ये आपका तो ये आपका सोलियल लाइन है. ठीक है, इसके ऊपर जो है एरिया उसको कवर करेगा. Then some fibers are attached to medial border of upper part of tibia behind the tibial collateral ligament. ठीक है, तो तीन पार्ट हो गए. One is oblique popliteal ligament, second one is fascia covering the popliteus to the soleal line of tibia, and some fibers are attached to medial border of upper part of tibia. ठीक है, then semimembranosus. ठीक है, you can see it is lying between the your semitendinosus and long head of biceps femoris, this one. ठीक है, so if you see over here, we have opened up the knee joint. ठीक है, so these are the femur condyles. ठीक है, so this is the medial condyle and this is the lateral condyle and this is the upper part of your tibia. ठीक है, lower part of femur, upper part of tibia and the knee joint. ठीक है, so knee joint, and in between the knee joint we have got this disc or the menisci. ठीक है, so we have got the medial menisci, we have got the lateral menisci. ठीक है, so then you can see there is a tibial collateral ligament. You can see it is coming from the lower part of femur to the upper part of the tibia. ठीक है, so this is your tibial collateral ligament. Okay, and if you see on the this side, lateral side, you can see the fibular collateral ligament. ठीक है, on the medial aspect, on the tibia, tibial collateral ligament. On the lateral aspect, on the fibula, we have got the fibular collateral ligament. Then if you see on the posterior aspect, so you can see the oblique popliteal ligament. ठीक है, so oblique popliteal ligament which is going to the floor of your popliteal fossa. ठीक है, I will be doing popliteal fossa in the next class. So it is going to the floor of popliteal fossa over here, and then it was the another extension was covering the fascia over the popliteus muscle. ठीक है, तो ये आपका popliteal muscle है, उसके ऊपर fascia, and then it will run till the soleal line. ठीक है, then we have the third muscle, that is your biceps femoris. So it arises by two heads, the long head which is your hamstring head, and then the another one is your short head. So origin long head, it arises in common with the semitendinosus from the lower and the medial part of quadrilateral area of the ischial tuberosity which then passes downward and laterally to meet the short head. ठीक है, तो short head lie towards the lower end of your femur. The short head, lower part of lateral lip of linea aspera, and from upper 2/3 of lateral supracondylar line of femur. ठीक है, if you see, this is the posterior aspect of your femur, this is your linea aspera. So from the lower part of this linea aspera as well as from the lateral supracondylar ridge, so this is the area which is giving origin to the short head of your biceps femoris. ठीक है, so then through the gap between two heads the sciatic nerve passes. ठीक है, this is important, this is asked in your viva. So between long head and the short head we have got the pathway for your sciatic nerve. So insertion, so we have got two parts. One part is coming from the ischial tuberosity, the other part is coming from the linea aspera as well as supracondylar ridge. So the two parts will join and they will form a conjoint tendon which will slopes downward and laterally. ठीक है, lateral side का मसल है आपका, so it will go downward and laterally and inserted into the head of fibula. ठीक है, so head of fibula in front of the styloid process. ठीक है, so this is the long head of your biceps femoris and this is the just beneath it, ये छोटा सा जो है, this would be your short head of biceps femoris. ठीक है, so it will go downwards, and will get attached over the styloid process of fibula. ठीक है, so this is your fibula, head of fibula. So here it will come and it will get attached. ठीक है, so here we have the insertion of biceps femoris. So in this diagram, this is the lateral view. If you see, so we have got, I told you on the medial aspect we had this medial collateral, tibial collateral ligament, and on the lateral aspect we had this fibular collateral ligament. So this tendon of biceps femoris, it will come and it will get attached over it, and due to the pull of this fibular collateral ligament, this tendon is divided into two parts. ठीक है, so you can see one part is lying anterior to it and one part is lying posterior to it. It is due to the pull of fibular collateral ligament. ठीक है, then another diagram showing the same thing but a thoda enlarged view. So we have got this long head and this is the short head. ठीक है, so innervation, if I tell you, so I will tell you in the last, but because the diagram is here, so you know all the hamstrings are supplied by your tibial part of your sciatic nerve, but this biceps femoris have this non-hamstring part, that is short head of biceps femoris, so it will be supplied by common peroneal part of your sciatic nerve. ठीक है, तो sciatic nerve का आपको already पता है, it has got tibial part, it has got common peroneal part. Tibial part supplying all the hamstrings and common peroneal part supplying the short head of biceps femoris. Then adductor magnus, we are already done with it, so it's just a revision. It is a composite muscle, has got adductor part, has got a hamstring part. So origin, adductor part will be originating from the ischial tuberosity and sorry, so insertion into the femoral sheath continue flying along the medial margin of gluteal tuberosity, medial lip of linea aspera as well as supracondylar line. ठीक है, and fibers from the ischial tuberosity or the hamstring part, they will go to the adductor tubercle. ठीक है, action and innervation you all know. So this is again revision. ठीक है, your adductor magnus muscle originating from the ischial tuberosity going to the your supracondylar line as well as to the adductor tubercle. ठीक है, so then what is the function of these muscles? So when we talk about the functions, so when we are standing or we are walking, ठीक है, so these muscles are doing flexion at knee joint and your extension at hip joint. ठीक है, this is while walking or standing. But if we have the semi flexed knee, then your semimembranosus, semitendinosus will act as medial rotator and your biceps femoris act as lateral rotator of the tibia and femur. ठीक है, so you have to mention these things कि while we are standing or walking, they will do flexion at knee joint and extension at hip joint, and while we have got this semi flexed leg, ठीक है, at the knee joint, so it will the semitendinosus, semimembranosus will do your medial rotation of the leg and the biceps femoris will do lateral rotation of the leg. ठीक है, then briefly about the sciatic nerve. I think you will have some idea about the sciatic nerve. मैम ने बताया होगा आपको gluteal region में. So in the back of thigh, so I am concerned about the part which is present in the back of thigh. So in the back of thigh, the sciatic nerve emerges from the lower border of gluteus maximus. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे इसका प्रॉपर फॉर्मेशन हो चुका होता है और यहाँ पे इजीली आप इसको आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो. अदरवाइज भी आप इसको आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो बिकॉज इट इज द थिकेस्ट मसल, थिकेस्ट नर्व ऑफ योर बॉडी. So it passes straightly downwards to the long head of biceps femoris and resting at the adductor magnus muscle. ठीक है, so beneath the biceps at a variable distance above the popliteal fossa, it divides into terminal branches. ठीक है, minded this is the ideal, ideal not ideal but the commonest form of its division. ठीक है, it is the division of sciatic nerve is highly variable. ठीक है, so there is no one specific point. Okay, here the tibial nerve is the sciatic nerve is dividing. This is the most common site where it is dividing into two branches, that is your tibial nerve or the common peroneal nerve, but it may divide anywhere. ठीक है, so widest nerve you all know and it is around 2 centimeter broad. The tibial component is derived from the ventral branches of ventral rami of L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3. The common peroneal component is from the dorsal branches of ventral rami of L4, L5, S1 and S2. ठीक है, तो रूट वैल्यू भी आपको पता होनी चाहिए एटलीस्ट tibial part, common peroneal part की. ठीक है, so this is how it is forming from the fibers from L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3, and then we have the formation of sciatic nerve. ठीक है, and then this is the gluteal region. Okay, I am not discussing this region, but you can see the various branches which are coming out and going to the gluteal muscles. Okay, and then parallel to the sciatic nerve we have got this posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh. ठीक है, then you must identify these all nerves. ठीक है, अच्छे से पढ़ लेना क्योंकि वाइवा में आपके पास ये सेक्शन होता है, एक डाइसेक्शन पार्ट है जो कि एग्जाम में आपसे पूछते हैं. यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई ऑल द मसल्स, ऑल द ग्लूटियल मसल्स. ठीक है, ग्लूटियल मैक्सिमस, मीडियस एंड मिनिमस, देन पेरिफॉर्मिस. ठीक है, देन क्वाड्रिसेप्स femoris, all the muscles. ठीक है, you must identify each and every muscle and then the sciatic nerve, and parallel to that we have got this posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh. ठीक है? Okay. Then sometimes what happens is कि the sciatic nerve divides in the pelvis itself. ठीक है? So when it divides in the pelvis, so it will lie just beneath the piriformis muscle. ठीक है? And your this thing, your common peroneal one will pierce the piriformis muscle. ठीक है? And obviously the level would be high then. ठीक है? Division would be high. तो जब आप ग्लूटियल रीजन खोलोगे तो आपके पास ऑलरेडी 2 ब्रांचेस होंगी. ठीक है? तो आपको sciatic nerve का ट्रंक नहीं दिखेगा, तब आपको 2 पैरेलली रनिंग nerves दिखेंगे. One is tibia nerve and the other one is the common peroneal nerve. ठीक है? So this is another diagram showing the sciatic nerve. ठीक है? So you can see usually it comes just beneath the piriformis muscle. ठीक है? ये piriformis muscle, and again you can see the nerve which are coming beneath piriformis is sciatic nerve, or the other way, the muscle which is lying just above the sciatic nerve is your piriformis. ठीक है? Then what are the branches of this sciatic nerve in the back of thigh? Motor branches to the hamstring, pure low, the tibial component, root value L4, L5, S1, S2, S3 of the sciatic nerve, and then the second branch is nerve to short head of biceps femoris, which is conveyed by the common peroneal component, root value L4, L5, S1 and S2. ठीक है? Then we have the posterior femoral cutaneous nerve. So it conveys fibers from the dorsal branches of your S1 and S2 and ventral branches of S2 and S3. ठीक है? So it has got mainly 3 branches: gluteal branches, perennial branches and perforating branches. ग्लूटियल ब्रांचेस कौन कौन सी है? मैंने आपको ग्लूटियल रीजन में बता दिया था. पेरेनियल we will discuss when we will be dealing with the perennial part, and the perforating ones are over here. So they will pierce the fascia lata and supply the skin of back of thigh, popliteal fossa and upper part of back of leg. ठीक है? So supplying the skin of back of thigh, popliteal fossa and upper part of back of leg. So perforating branches are the one which are supplying the back of your thigh. ठीक है? Then arterial supply of back of thigh. So it is basically by the branches from the profunda femoris artery. ठीक है? So profunda femoris artery, so it will be giving your perforating arteries which will pass through the openings in the adductor magnus muscle to reach the back of thigh. Okay, so you can see the perforating arteries over here. So this is your profunda femoris artery giving the perforating arteries. Okay, so you can see the perforating arteries, they will pierce the adductor magnus and they will reach the posterior compartment of the thigh. So these arteries are forming the anastomosis at back of thigh. So the gluteal arteries anastomose with each other and with the circumflex femoral arteries. ठीक है? तो circumfemoral arteries जो कहाँ present होंगी, they will be towards the head of femur. Then we have the circumflex femoral anastomosis with the first perforating artery. ठीक है? Circumflex femoral anastomosis with the first perforating artery. Then the perforating arteries anastomosing with one another. So they are anastomosing with each other also. And then the fourth perforating artery anastomosing with the upper muscular branches of the popliteal artery. ठीक है? तो कुछ एनास्टोमोसिस फीमर के अपर एंड पे बन रहे हैं, कुछ एनास्टोमोसिस जो है आपके फीमर के लोअर एंड पे बन रहे हैं. तो अपर वन आर द gluteal arteries which are anastomosing with the circumflex femoral arteries, and circumflex femoral arteries are anastomosing with the perforating arteries, perforating arteries anastomosing with each other, and then finally perforating arteries anastomosing with the branches from the popliteal artery. So these are the main four anastomoses which are being formed at the back of thigh. ठीक है. So you can see these are the superior circumflex iliac arteries. Then we have the common femoral, and then we have got the external circumflex, and then we have the further subdivisions. ठीक है. तो आते 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 and you can see they are forming anastomosis around the femur. ठीक है. Shaft of femur, and at the lower end also they are forming the anastomosis around the lower end of your femur. So they are forming anastomosis throughout the length of your femur. ठीक है. Then again line diagram showing your anastomosis. ठीक है. So your circumflex femoral arteries. ठीक है. Then forming anastomosis over here. You can see the perforating arteries anastomosing with each other. ठीक है. And then there is anastomosis with the popliteal artery at the lower end. Okay. Then the clinical aspect. Okay. So we have got the commonest of all the things. We have got sleeping foot. क्लास में बैठे बैठे बहुत लोगों को हो जाता है sleeping foot. It is nothing but the compression of sciatic nerve बिटवीन द फीमर एंड द टेबल. ठीक है. आप बहुत देर तक बैठे रहो बिना पोस्चर चेंज किए हुए तो क्या होगा, देयर इज अ कंप्रेशन लीडिंग टू द नर्व्डनेस एंड यू विल हैव स्लीपिंग फुट. ठीक है. देन वी हैव द सेकंड कंडीशन, दैट इज योर शियाटिका. ठीक है. तो शियाटिका में व्हाट विल हैपन, देयर इज अ सेट ऑफ symptoms which the patient will feel, that is your okay. First of all, why it is caused? It is due to compression or irritation of one of the spinal nerve roots of sciatic nerve. ठीक है. So the patient will feel the lower back ache. ठीक है. Then the butt pain, the numbness, the pain or the weakness in various parts of leg and foot. क्योंकि सप्लाई तो ऊपर से ही आ रही है, sciatic nerve ही जा रही है आपकी, चाहे वो tibial पार्ट से जाए चाहे वो common peroneal पार्ट से जाए. तो जो भी आपका रूट वैल्यू जो होगा वो कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड होगा, और वो जहां जहां सप्लाई कर रहा वहां पे आपका फंक्शन कॉम्प्रोमाइज होगा. वहां पे देयर वुड बी पेन, देयर वुड बी नम्बनेस, देयर वुड बी वीकनेस. ठीक है. Then we have the foot drop. The foot drop, it is the injury to the sciatic nerve by penetrating wound. ठीक है. तो penetrating, किसी को छुरा घोंप दिया, चाकू से मार दिया, पेनिट्रेटिंग जो इंजरीज होंगी. ठीक है. तो जहाँ ग्लास इंजरी होगी, ग्लास घुस गया, तो क्या होगा, तो जो वो एरिया है जहां पे कट है वहां पे द मसल्स बीनीथ दैट वुड बी पैरालाइज्ड. ठीक है. So all the muscles will be paralyzed, leading to foot drop. ठीक है. So the muscles are non-functional, so there would be foot drop. So this is your this is how the foot drop will look like. So when we talk about the clinical part, we have sleeping foot due to compression between table and femur. Then we have the sciatica, and then finally we have got the foot drop. So this was about the today's lecture. So back of the thigh, it is very important. Your not for the theory but for the clinical exam. ठीक है. So clinically it is very 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 important. So please see videos, try to locate the muscles, identify muscles, And before starting with the muscles, please read carefully about the bony landmarks. ठीक है, what are the bony landmarks which are present on the hip bone, either on the femur or on the tibia or on the fibula. ठीक है, तो वीडियोस देखो, जैसे भी देखो, अगर आपके पास बोन्स है वेल एंड गुड है, अच्छी बात है, बट ट्राई टू लोकेट ऑल द बोनी स्ट्रक्चर्स. ठीक है, कौन कौन से लैंडमार्क्स है, तभी आपको समझ में आएगा कि कौन सा मसल कहाँ पे जाके अटैच हो रहा है. क्योंकि उसके बिना आपको कुछ नहीं समझ में आएगा. आप कुछ भी बोलो, अडक्टर टुबर्कल कहाँ है, आपकी सोलियर लाइन कहाँ पे है, आपका सुप्राकॉन्डाइलर रिज कहाँ पे है, एडक्टर टुबर्कल कहाँ पे है, आपकी टुबर्कल क्रेस्ट कहाँ पे है और लाइन कहाँ पे है. तो प्लीज जो है अपने बोनी लैंडमार्क्स पहले पढ़ो, बोन्स को पढ़ो अच्छे से, और उसके बाद जो है आपके मसल्स को पढ़ो. और हैमस्ट्रिंग्स आर वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट, कॉमनली आस्क्ड इन योर एग्जाम्स. ठीक है, तो अपर लिम एंड लोअर लिम आर इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट एंड दे आर द इजिएस्ट, क्योंकि बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ना नहीं है, सीधे सीधे मसल्स है, मसल्स का एक्शन पता होना चाहिए, मसल्स की नर्व सप्लाई पता होना चाहिए, मसल्स का ओरिजिन इंसर्शन पता होना चाहिए. So they are the easiest and they are the most important one. ठीक है, so if you have any query, please do message me. Thank you very much.